What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about and addressing the pedophile allegations. So, for a while now, somebody that I'm enemies with, Kadeem the King, has been telling everyone online on YouTube and spreading a narrative that I'm a pedophile, I'm a predator, and talking about this 17-year-old girl situation. I've even seen two other people mention this as well. And I want to make a video addressing these pedophile allegations, and also, I'm going to be showing some evidence in this video of how old this girl actually is and proving my innocence. Because this is a pretty serious thing to have on your name and for someone to use against you. So that's why I'm making this video. I kind of mentioned this in some of my other past Mr. Beef videos with Kadeem the King, but this is going to be just specifically about it. But I have something extra to add, which is, like I said, me showing evidence of how old the girl actually is. Because I did mention before this, when I was talking about how Kadeem the King was a no-show to the fight, that the girl was around 19 or 20. And I even told Kadeem this myself, and it didn't phase him. He still went with the same narrative. So I'm going to explain exactly this situation, the pedophile allegations. So and this is going to explain the whole 17-year-old girl situation. I'm going to explain all of it in this video. So back in 2023, this was around November, could have been earlier than that month. Yeah, it had to be earlier than that month because this was when me and Kadeem were still cool. For a while now, my mom was trying to set up having me meet her friend's daughter for a while now. And my mom is really good friends with this woman. And at the time, I asked my mom how old the girl was. Now, keep in mind, this age I'm about to say is not how old she actually is. I will be proving how old she actually is later in this video, so please watch the whole video and hear the full context. But at the time, my mom told me that she's 17 years old. And at the time, I was 23 years old. And I felt conflicted about the whole situation because I'm like, well, she's 17, I'm 23. I don't know about that. Now, I did feel conflicted the whole way through at the time when I thought she was 17. And I asked people what they thought. I asked some people in my family what they thought and some of people online that I'm friends with what they thought. And they didn't see anything wrong with it. But then some of the other people I asked online, asking what they thought of it, they did see something wrong with it. And at the time when I was cool with Kadeem, he was one of the people I told that about. And at most, what happened with anything remotely close of me meeting her or anything like that, I remember there was a specific day where I told my mom, yeah, let's set something up or something like that. But even then, I still felt conflicted about the whole thing. And then after that, I remember I was talking to my mom about it, and she said, yeah, go ahead and message her on Facebook and send her a friend request. So I sent her a message, sent her a friend request, and it was nothing like provocative or anything like that, but still in the entire situation, I felt conflicted, and I ended up deleting my message to her and deleting the friend request and just deciding that the whole thing is messy. And I'll be honest, the way I handled the situation was very messy. It was messy the way I handled the situation, but I have something that I'm going to share that's going to pretty much prove my innocence and prove what Kadeem the King has been saying is complete nonsense. So, what I'm going to show right now is going to be a screenshot from the mom of this girl. And I asked her, I'm like, hey, there's all this stuff online being said about me. And, it was eating me up guilt wise because, a lot of times I can be haunted by my past, and sometimes I can like think certain things of myself because I have OCD, and sometimes I can see certain stuff on TV and compare myself to certain people. Sometimes there's stuff from my past that can bother me, and this is one of those things I did because, in general, I think it was a situation that I did handle very messy. I think at most I should have just left it at being conflicted and not really asking people what they thought and not really even messaging her or sending a friend request. So what you're about to see in the screenshot is this is the mom of this girl. And I asked her because afterwards, right after, me feeling conflicted and all that, my mom had, her come over again one time, that friend of hers, not the daughter, but the mom of that daughter. And I had my mom ask her, like, how old is she actually? Because my mom had stated that, sometimes she does have a tendency to say things wrong, or, she does have a few daughters. So maybe she just got the wrong age, or maybe just the age got mixed up. And I had my mom ask her, and she told me that she was around 19 or 20. And That was a sign of relief. But all right, fast forward to now. I messaged the mom of this girl and I was like, "Hey, how old is your actual daughter that we were going to arrange a meetup or something like that with?" And you will see in the screenshot right here what her actual age is and when she was born. Take a look at this. So yeah, there's the proof. There's the evidence that I'm not a pedophile, that I'm not a predator. The real age of that girl is 20 years old because her birthday is June 2003. So what that means is that when this whole thing was going down last year in 2023, around that time period, that means she was 20 years old. And if my math is wrong, correct me in the comments. If I'm at least wrong, then okay, she's 19. But what this proves is that she wasn't really 17 years old. So this pretty much takes away any credibility Kadeem the King's been saying about me with the whole pedophile predator thing. At the time, I thought and was under the impression a 17-year-old, but through that screenshot, there's confirmation. There is confirmation there that she was born 2003 June. So what that means is she was 20 and she's going to be 21 this year in June. So that means she was around 20 and I was around 23. So how can there be anything in this situation to incite me as a pedophile or a predator? As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing here. There really isn't. And maybe I'm even overthinking and over analyzing that situation itself because finding out that her actual age was 20, then maybe I was worrying about nothing, you know? But at the end of the day, when it comes to these pedophile allegations, as far as I'm concerned, I'm innocent, you know? And that screenshot I shared, I had to blur out the name and profile picture, obviously, because I don't want that person's name or their daughter's name to be put out there for the world to see and, people message them and stuff like that. So that's why I blurred that stuff out. And thanks to Zach D Productions, he blurred that stuff out. But yeah, there it is. There's my video addressing the pedophile allegations. And it's funny because Kadeem the King said, "Oh, he will never address this. He's a predator. He's a pedophile." This is this is what Kadeem the King does, people. When he disses and beefs with people, this is what he does. He lies about people. He talks shit about them that's not true. And that's what he did about me, you know. And the other people I seen going with that, JP Money and whoever else it was, you've been proven wrong. Same with Kadeem the King. I'm an innocent man, you know. This isn't the first time that the pedophile thing has been pushed against me. Back in the day, this was pushed against me by that idiot, just a normal ranter who tried to call me a pedophile back in the day when I commented on how the baby metal members were hot. But at the time when I said that in that video, I was a teenager. I was around the same age as those band members were. And if you look up the birth year of the baby metal members, they have the exact same birth year as mine. One of them even a year before me. I was born in 1999. 24 years old as I'm recording this, but yeah, this isn't the first time I've had pedophile shit thrown towards my name. And I'm just so glad that I can make this video and provide clarity. And I was able to find that out from that woman because it's just a huge, weight off my shoulders. Because, I believe I'm a good person myself, but, sometimes, like I said, I have guilt and doubt and my past can haunt me. And this was a situation that was eating me up guilt wise and, just going over it over and over again in my head and I think at the end of the day, I'm not a pedophile, not a predator. There's no way that can even be the case. When the woman in question was 20 years old, and she's going to be 21 this year, and she was 20 when that whole thing went down. And we were just all uninformed, and she really wasn't 17, or the age got mixed up with another daughter of hers. That's the truth. That's the entire situation summed up. That's pretty much all I had to say in this video, addressing the pedophile allegations. I don't really think there's anything more I need to say in this video. So, yeah, that's really it for this video. And one more thing I do want to say is I think one of the issues I have with some of the people that are anti pedophilia is I feel like some of these people are pushing the goalposts on what's creepy and pedophilic. Like Kadeem the King, for example. I remember hearing him in one of his streams saying, "Yeah, it's creepy that Drake is like in his 30s hanging out with people that's 18 or 20s." It's like, why are we moving the goalposts with that shit? Or like Sloane, he tried to make some case about Leonardo DiCaprio being creepy because oh he's dating women that are 20 and then date gets rid of them or something when they become 25. Why are we moving the goalposts? Or like when Marilyn Manson was called creepy because he was with an 18-year-old. I thought 18 years and older was the adult age and the right age. Anything under is when we start having questions and talking about predator stuff and that. Why is the goalpost being moved in that stuff? That's something I don't understand. And I don't know if it'll show up in the screenshot, but this woman I talked to, she even mentioned this, and this is something I'm going to bring to home. People like Kadeem the King, who a lot of times when they're beefing with people, when they're always bringing up the pedophile stuff and always bringing up the predator stuff, it makes you wonder, if either they could be a pedophile themselves or if they were molested themselves. Now, I don't have any evidence on that. I'm not going to sit here and say that's factual. That's just something I'm just going to throw out there, speculation. You know, Kadeem the King throwing that stuff out against me and throwing out against other people, maybe it's because he could be one himself. Maybe he got molested himself, because sometimes with situations like this, people moving the goalpost and, sometimes those are the people you got to watch out for. And that's something she said that I agree with, the mom of that girl that I messaged. But, anyways, that's it for this video of me addressing the pedophile allegations. My name's in the clear. And this just goes to show you how much of a piece of shit Kadeem the King is and how much of a scumbag he is to run a narrative and just blatantly lie about something that's not even true. And I just hope people can see this situation for what it really is. That's all I got to say in this video. Peace.